Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another ultimate comparison, and for all my new viewers out there, a very warm welcome to Purecast 9. If you're not part of this family already, it's really simple. Just hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon, and that's it. You're part of this warm and cozy family forever. With that said, today these two boys are going head to head. They're from the same family, they're both from boAt. This is the boAt Stone 700. It's been out there for a while and it is a superb speaker. I've always spoken very highly of this. And the newest member is the boAt Stone SpinX. Now there are a lot of things that are similar and a few things that are really different. So first of all, the boAt Stone SpinX is still, in my opinion, the most robust and rough and tough speaker from the lineup that boAt has in their Bluetooth speakers. It's got metal up front, metal at the back, and it's got matte silicone on top with clicky buttons, and it's shockproof, and really it almost feels like a weapon in your hand. It's a 10-watt speaker, so dual 5-watt drivers as you can see inside, and a passive bass radiator at the back. Connectivity option wise, it's got Bluetooth obviously and aux input. And that's about it. No built-in FM, no micro SD card slot, no pen drive input option available. Now coming to the boAt Stone SpinX, well, this is also a rough speaker, probably not as robustly built as the Stone 700, but it is definitely a great speaker. So it's shockproof as well. It is a 12-watt speaker, so it's got dual 6-watt drivers of RMS inside, so total 12 watts of RMS. It's got a dual passive bass radiator, one on either side. It's got fabric on its body and clicky control buttons on the surface. Now at the back you have this thread here, so you can mount it on a tripod, and if that has a clamp, you can clamp that to your bike and tag it along on your adventures. Now both of these speakers are IPX6 water and dust resistant. With the boAt Stone SpinX, connectivity wise, while you have Bluetooth and aux, you have the additional option of micro SD card slot. So it's got a micro SD card slot in here with which you can just plug in your micro SD card with your favorite songs and play it on the go. So connectivity wise, that's one edge that the boAt Stone SpinX has. Now being a 12-watt speaker, in theory, it should be louder than the boAt Stone 700, but we're going to do the sound test and it'll tell us the truth if really the boAt Stone SpinX is louder than the Stone 700 or if they're the same. And when we go to the sound test, let me just give you a brief introduction of what we do. I'm going to play the same tracks from both of these devices at max volume from my phone and the speaker itself. So once you guys listen to the same tracks, form your judgment. I'm going to come back and give you my verdict on how these two sounded in person, in real life, right here in my studio. If either of these sounded better than the other, in which department these shine in terms of sound, where they fall short, what are the differences, and ultimately which one you should get. So let's go straight into the sound test, and I'll catch you guys right after that. here you have it, guys. That was the sound test between the boAt Stone 700 and the boAt Stone SpinX. Now, needless to say, both are very impressive in terms of sound. They're also very, very identical. I mean, that's obvious because both are from boAt. Well, try saying that fast. Quite a tongue twister. Anyway, so even though they sounded so similar, there are certain differences that I've noticed in my testing before and again in my testing right now. So I don't know what impression you guys got, but let me tell you what I felt. In terms of loudness, both sound the same. Well, almost the same, maybe 99% the same. But because this is the latest speaker, it's, I think, obvious that boAt will try to refine and make their upcoming speakers better and better as they come along. And honestly, they have done just that. Now let me tell you, both have got the same kind of sound signature. Their highs are almost identical, the mids are identical, and the bass is also the same. But the main difference that I noticed was the sound produced by the boAt Stone SpinX is cleaner. All right, there is maybe it's age catching up, or maybe it's the latest drivers on the boAt Stone SpinX, but the sound from the SpinX sounded much more clean. You know, there was no distortion, there was no background noise, it was cleaner, and the highs and the mids sounded very, very pleasant. It's not to say that the boAt Stone 700 sounded bad by any means, but in comparison, it's the boAt Stone SpinX that produced cleaner sound production overall. At high volume, the highs would tend to give a bit of crackling on the boAt Stone 700, but once the track starts with all its instruments playing, that crackling would go away. But with the boAt Stone SpinX, there was no crackling at all. You know, it was clean sound throughout. So highs and mids and vocals sounded clean and clear, not over sharpened on the boAt Stone SpinX. They sounded clean and had a lot of clarity on the boAt Stone 700 as well. Just that there would be that occasional crackling that was not present on the boAt Stone SpinX. So in terms of highs and mids and the overall sound quality, it's the boAt Stone SpinX that wins. Now coming to the bass, you would think that the SpinX having two bass radiators on either side would produce more bass. But as the test proved, at least to me in real life, it's not that the Stone SpinX produces more bass than the boAt Stone 700, but there is a difference on how it produces the bass. The bass on the boAt Stone SpinX is cleaner, it's undistorted, and it does not struggle to produce the bass notes. I mean, it does not go out of its way to produce bass notes where it becomes distorted or muddy. It produces as much as it can without distortion, and it's good, definitely. The boAt Stone 700, on the other hand, produces bass that is also very, very good, and in comparison, the boAt Stone 700 has a more, maybe occasionally, the bass would be a bit more powerful on the boAt Stone 700. Just a minute difference, you know, minutely more powerful, but in terms of quality and the overall cleanliness, if I might say, of the bass, it is the Stone SpinX that produces the cleaner bass compared to the Stone 700. But I keep saying this, guys, when you listen to these speakers by itself, they give you a certain impression. It's only when you compare it to another speaker that you realize where they shine and where they fall short. I still maintain that the boAt Stone 700 is a brilliant speaker. It's the most rugged, well-built speaker that I own. It sounds great. It sounds very, very soothing. It's very pleasant. But With the new drivers in the boAt Stone SpinX, boAt has definitely done their homework and improved the sound quality with a cleaner sound, with bass that is definitely present and clean. And the boAt Stone 700 is still a great speaker. So you cannot go wrong with either, but here's my verdict. If you are the kind of person who goes on a lot of outing, a lot of adventures, if you know you're going to be treating a speaker really rough and you're a person who's got butterfingers, who drops speakers a lot, the boAt Stone 700 should be your companion, because like I keep saying, if you drop this, you don't have to worry about this speaker breaking. You might be worried about the floor it's being dropped on to crack. So it's that robust. On the other hand, if you like this cylindrical form factor, which is definitely much more convenient to carry, the fabric feels good, it's shock proof, and it's got the latest and better sound clarity and quality compared to the boAt Stone 700. If the sound quality once again is what reigns supreme, and you want this 360-degree sound experience, so being a cylindrical speaker, regardless of which side you're sitting on, you get the same sound experience because it throws the sound on all its sides. You can keep it like this, flat, you can make one of the bass radius facing you, or you can, hold it anyway, you would still be getting the same sound experience. Now with the boAt Stone 700, it's a bit directional because this side, which has the boAt logo, has the main speaker driver. So the highs and mids come out from this side while the bass is produced from the other side. So people sitting in this side, which faces the logo, they will get the main clarity and volume of sound, while the people sitting behind will be getting a bit less volume and a bit less clarity in comparison. So sound experience wise, it is definitely the boAt Stone SpinX. But guys, that's not to say that the boAt Stone 700 falls short. It is still a brilliant speaker. So ultimately, if you're adventurous, go for the boAt Stone 700. It's loud, it sounds great, it's got ample bass, and it's built like a tank and can take all the abuse you can throw at it. On the other hand, if you want the better form factor, the 360-degree sound experience, the micro SD card slot, the fabric feels really nice over here, the dual passive bass radiators, and the overall cleaner sound, go for the boAt Stone SpinX. Also, when added bonus, the boAt Stone SpinX can be paired with another boAt Stone SpinX, so you get TWS or true wireless stereo, and well, you can get left and right separation. It's a better audio experience altogether, which you cannot get with the boAt Stone 700. So something you can keep in mind while making your purchase. So that's my verdict, guys. I hope it's been useful, it's been helpful. Links to both of these are in the description below. You can buy it from there. It will take you to Amazon and you'll get the most updated pricing. The boAt Stone 700 will retail for around 2,500 bucks, and this is around $26.99, so a bit more expensive than the boAt Stone 700. But if you keep in mind the differences I said and the uses for which whatever suits your lifestyle, based on that, make your purchase decision. Use the links below because they'll give you the updated pricing, and they can also go on offer, so you can get them for cheaper as well. So that's been the comparison, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful or useful, share it with your friends and family, whoever wants to buy any of these speakers. Smash that like button. It really gives me the impetus to make more videos. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.